Twitter is suing Elon Musk in Delaware court for violating the $44 billion merger agreement that he made with the company. Twitter is seeking a court order to force Musk to close the acquisition at the $54.20 a share that they agreed upon.
I tell you what, Elon is not going to buy Twitter. Where did you hear that before? From me. From a fake account. She says fake. A lot of them. Nah, he's got himself a mess. You know, he said the other day, oh, I've never voted for a Republican. I said, I didn't know that. He told me he voted for me. So he's another bullshit artist, but he's not going to be buying it. He's not going to be buying it. Although he might later. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? He's got a pretty rotten contract. I looked at his contract. Not a good contract.
In this video, it's official. Twitter has sued Elon Musk in an asinine attempt to force him to purchase Twitter at the originally agreed upon price, despite Twitter's complete failure to substantiate their claims that less than 5% of users on the website are bots. This will not end well for Twitter. Not even 24 hours later, Donald Trump has viciously attacked Elon Musk, and spoiler alert, this doesn't end well for Trump. And Elon continues to give literally zero fucks, laughing off both Trump and Twitter on Twitter. So let's get into it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. First up, quick look at the stock market today. Tesla stock going absolutely nowhere, down 0.5%, closing just under $700 per share. Year to date, Tesla stock down over 40%, and the last 1 year up a mere 4.59%. I'm not even going to say it. Meanwhile, Twitter stock had a good day, up over 4%. Not quite sure who's buying Twitter stock at this point in time, but yeah, good luck with that. Nasdaq 100 down about 1% today. Apple stock up 2/3% today. Alphabet stock, Google's parent company, down 1.5% today. Amazon stock down over 2% today. Rivian stock rising 0.75% today. And Lucid stock up over 4% today. Totally makes sense. And now onto the big news of today. Twitter is officially suing Elon Musk in an attempt to force him to purchase Twitter at the originally agreed upon price without having substantiated their claims that less than 5% of their daily monetizable active users are bots. As I said in the intro, this will not end well for Twitter, and I have absolutely no idea what these clowns are doing. Actually, I'm just kidding. I know exactly what they're doing. They're self-immolating in real time for the entire world to see.
Twitter is suing Elon Musk in Delaware court for violating the $44 billion merger agreement that he made with the company. Twitter is seeking a court order to force Musk to close the acquisition at the $54.20 a share that they agreed upon. Just looking through the filing here, it says, quote, Musk apparently believes that he, unlike every other party subject to Delaware contract law, is free to change his mind, trash the company, disrupt its operations, destroy stockholder value, and walk away. Going on to say this repudiation follows a long list of material contractual breaches by Musk that have cast a pall over Twitter and its business. Twitter brings this action to enjoin Musk from further breaches, to compel Musk to fulfill his legal obligations, and to compel consummation of the merger upon satisfaction of the few outstanding conditions. So I think what's really interesting here, Melissa, is not only are they saying they're trying to close the deal at the $54.20 price, but they are laying the groundwork to look for damages, payments of damages, as well as that $1 billion break-in fee if it does not go towards a full closure of the deal. So as expected, the suit has been filed, and here we go in the next phase of this Twitter Musk drama.
It's like a soap opera here.
Soap opera indeed. Now, before we get to some of the absolutely hilarious excerpts from this filing, I just want to note something. In short, as we heard there, Twitter, in effect, wants to force Elon Musk to close this transaction once a few outstanding conditions are met. I don't know, maybe like substantiating their claims that less than 5% of their daily monetizable active users are bots, which ain't going to happen, and this is the end of the lawsuit. Seriously, Twitter will not be able to substantiate these claims, in my opinion, and that's the done deal. Unless the judge is corrupt, that's it. Twitter couldn't verify, couldn't substantiate the claims, therefore Elon's numbers don't make sense, therefore the deal's off. It's as simple as that. And now onto a few hilarious excerpts showing what an absolute fucking joke this lawsuit really is. Elon's poop emoji tweet in response to Parag Agrawal's word salad about bots. If you guys didn't see this, do some digging. Won't go over all the details here, otherwise this video is going to be 3 hours long. That's right, Elon's poop emoji tweet is part of this lawsuit. Quote, for Musk, it would seem Twitter, the interests of its stockholders, the transaction agreed to, and the court process to enforce it all constitute an elaborate joke. Now, I just got to jump in here. These lawyers are absolutely scraping the bottom of the barrel here, trying to discredit Elon Musk, trying to suggest that he doesn't respect the legal system, the court process, doesn't have the best interests of Twitter shareholders at heart. And their proof, of course, is Elon posting a couple of memes pointing out how absolutely fucked Twitter are. In short, Elon's sense of humor, his personality are being used to discredit him.
At this point, but Karen, you've been trading the soap opera, yes. And the stock is ticking higher in the aftermarket, and this after a 4% gain in the regular session. So pretty much the way you gamed it out to be. What's your next move here?
For those unaware, Karen is a card-carrying member of I don't know how to invest in stocks. Instead, I think I'm investing, but I'm actually just gambling and or trading. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. If you have a giant brain and a track record, it might work out. Personally, I think anyone trading in and out of the short-term action around Tesla stock and or Twitter stock due to this lawsuit is asking for trouble.
Right. So my next move is I think this will read very, very well. As I said last night, this is the A team. There are plenty of A teams, but this is the A team. It's going to be very compelling. I do think they have the better side of the argument. So I think it's going to read very, very well. The stock will trade up. Then, so I have these very short dated options. I'll probably look to sell those. I think that the next event is either the response by Musk's team, which I think will be good. I think this will be better, what we're going to see tonight or tomorrow. And I think then after, also we have earnings, which we talked about last night. I don't think those will be good or memorable, and Twitter should do everything they can to just pretend they didn't really happen, which they'll try to downplay it, I'm sure. But I think the compelling argument is that Musk will need to close.
I will be absolutely stunned if Elon is compelled to close this deal at the originally agreed upon price. As I've said, crux of this entire case, can Twitter substantiate their public claims, their filings with the SEC quarter after quarter that less than 5% of their daily active monetizable users are bots? If they can't substantiate these claims, if they can't prove in a court of law how they came up with this figure and substantiate it, it's done. It's as simple as that. Of course, if they can substantiate these claims, then certainly Elon could be held to this agreement. However, if Twitter has been committing securities fraud and Elon made an offer to purchase the company based on fraudulent statements from Twitter to the Securities and Exchange Commission, he walks. I mean, I think even if you have an IQ of about 12, you can figure this one out. You don't need to be a genius. It's pretty simple. Let me explain this from a slightly different angle. You know the most legitimate, non-fraudulent company in the world? Theranos? Just imagine in the past that you, as an individual or a company, let's just say for some reason Elon decided he wanted to buy Theranos. And relying on their public statements, their filings and so on, goes, oh yeah, they've got some great technology, I'm going to buy the company. Then it turns out that they were making fraudulent statements about their technology. Deal's off, right? Same shit. It's really that simple.
Mm-hmm. It's Delaware. Who knows? Court, anything can happen, but I think that's the most likely outcome. So at the moment, I'm staying long. This could change tomorrow if it trades really well.
Well, while Karen is attempting to make some quick, easy money here, I'm still buying Tesla stock with every spare cent. Before we head over to the hilarious comments from Donald Trump viciously attacking Elon Musk, calling him a bullshit artist, a little bit more nuance and discussion about how this lawsuit may play out.
Just jump straight into it, Charles. I'm making you the judge and the jury, Chancellery Court of Delaware. How would you decide, sir?
Boy, it's a tough one. I think that ultimately the question is going to be, was material that Mr. Musk requested misrepresented to him one way or the other?
Nail on the fucking head. It really is this simple. If Elon can prove that Twitter misrepresented material information, something that would have a meaningful impact on this deal, it's over. He walks. No penalty.
Yeah, and I think that, but in Delaware, it's a pretty tough road to go down. Just demonstrate that you were confused when you bought it. So the other side didn't tell you the appropriate things. and therefore you should be let out of it. Delaware doesn't typically do that. I mean, usually it's generally, and rarely happens in case of some kind of fraud, real misbehavior, that a court would allow you out of the deal.
Oh, he said the F word, fraud. And as I've been saying from day one in this debacle, if Twitter has been committing securities fraud and lying to the SEC, either by stating that they genuinely believe less than 5% of their daily monetizable active users are bots, when they either can't prove this because they don't have enough information, or know in their heart of hearts that it's far over this number and they've been downplaying it. In either case, if they can't substantiate this, if they can't prove how they got to 5% or less in the SEC filings, that is securities fraud, and they are absolutely fucked. And it's not just about Elon walking, it's about the company committing securities fraud and the repercussions of that. Now, I'm not making accusations here. We don't know. We haven't seen Twitter attempt to substantiate their claims yet. But my strong suspicion is they'll be unable to substantiate these claims, in which case they are really fucked.
Either he's going to have to basically pay the $1 billion or buy the company. The question is ultimately, A, will a court let him out of it? Or B, does he ultimately buy the company for a lower price? And I think that's really what this is about.
But there's a big difference between paying $1 billion on one side, which would be the termination fee, and it's unclear whether you believe the damages are capped at $1 billion on one end, and the other is the specific performance clause, which effectively says you would have, the judge would say, congratulations, you just bought Twitter, and you're going to pay $44 billion for it. There's a gulf there.
That could happen. That could happen. But, typically in these things, I mean, if someone really wants out and can't put a gun to their head, they're going to pay something to leave. Again, it depends on what comes out in the proceeding. I mean, if in fact...
But what are we talking about here? Are we talking about... Do you believe that... I mean, look, I know people who think that he's going to walk away paying less than $100 million. I know other people who think he's going to have to pay $10 to $15 billion, get nothing. And then other people who think that he's going to actually... have to pay $44 billion. And then others who say he's going to be forced to pay $44 billion, he's going to say no. And the credibility of the court in Delaware is going to be put into question in terms of how to enforce it.
Well, that's why you always have, if you think about it, that's why you have a breakup fee. That's the whole point of it. The breakup fee sets where the damage started.
But a specific performance clause, my understanding, you tell me if I'm wrong, I don't think you can just walk for $1 billion. If there's a specific performance clause, it's effectively saying you need to close the transaction.
Unless certain conditions aren't met. And what he's arguing is certain conditions haven't been
met. And do you believe, so the two biggies, as you know, are whether Twitter has provided him reasonable information about the bot issue, and then there's the secondary issue, I don't know if it's secondary or maybe it's in terms of you flip the priority, of whether they have effectively defrauded investors.
Finally, they're starting to get it. This is the first time I've heard anyone in the mainstream finance media actually say, if Twitter has defrauded investors, then Elon can walk. First time this has even been raised as a possibility, which again stuns me. How many of you watching this video who are active Twitter users genuinely believe that less than 5% of the active users on Twitter are bots? Let me know in the comments below. And now, Donald Trump takes a dump on Elon Musk.
Another one of our highest priorities under a Republican Congress will be to stop left-wing censorship and to restore free speech.
Now, this is something that I can get fully behind. So far, so good.
In America. And go out, by the way, while I'm here and sign up now for Truth Social. It's hot as a pistol, and you see that. I call that one right.
Well, Trump's given up his game here completely. Unashamedly, unabashedly, self-promotional. Go sign up for Truth Social. In my opinion, Trump, who, as we know, tends to do and say things that serve his own interests, is taking advantage of this absolute shitstorm, Twitter versus Elon Musk, inserting himself in the conversation to drive traffic over to Truth Social. From a business point of view, I can commend him. I understand what he's doing here. The guy's probably looking for a multi-billion-dollar exit in the next few years, build up Truth Social and then exit. Maybe not, but this is not an intelligent long-term strategy. That being said, I do have to hand it to Orange Man Bad. The very fact that I'm talking about his comments and Truth Social here on a YouTube video makes the point. He's great at generating attention, as they say. Any publicity is good publicity, right? This is exactly what Trump's doing. Shit on Elon Musk, make some headlines, mention Truth Social at the exact same moment you shit on Elon Musk, and suddenly, new user signups.
I tell you what, Elon is not going to buy Twitter. Where did you hear that before? From me. From a fake account. She says fake. A lot of them. Nah, he's got himself a mess. You know, he said the other day, oh, I've never voted for a Republican. I said, I didn't know that. He told me he voted for me. So he's another bullshit artist, but he's not going to be buying it. He's not going to be buying it. Although he might later. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? He's got a pretty rotten contract. I looked at his contract, not a good contract.
So there you have it. According to Donald Trump, who's never, ever said anything that was slightly inaccurate, let alone completely dishonest, calls Elon Musk a bullshit artist, alleging in a private conversation that Elon said that he had voted for Trump. Once again, Donald Trump, a master of attention, inserting himself into this drama specifically to drive users to sign up for Truth Social. However, I think this may blow up in Trump's face. Many suspect that Trump will run again in 2024. However, given the fact that left-leaning politicians in the US almost universally have been attacking, slandering, and spewing hate at Elon Musk, doesn't seem like a very intelligent idea for Trump to also start dumping on the same guy. We may be watching Trump's chances of winning in 2024 disintegrate in real time. As I've said in the past, privately on Patreon and publicly on the YouTube channel months later, I personally suspect that Ron DeSantis will be the candidate for the Republicans in 2024, and I think he has a damn good chance of winning as well. No idea what Trump's doing at this point in time. Maybe he's given up on politics completely and he really just wants to amp up Truth Social. After all, do you want to take over a dumpster fire of a country for another 4 years? Or make himself many billions of dollars? Of course, Elon has already responded to these remarks from Trump. Let's check those out now. Here we are, a tweet from Ashley Vance, who, by the way, wrote a great biography on Elon Musk, 2014 or 15, I think. If you haven't read it, please stop the video, buy the book, read it, come back, and then continue watching. I'm not joking. Ashley Vance sharing a screenshot here from Truth Social from Donald Trump's official account with the caption, "Oh man, we're really going to do this. What happens when the two most volatile social media accounts collide?" Trump wrote, quote, "When Elon Musk came to the White House asking me for help on all of his many subsidized projects, whether it's electric cars that don't drive long enough, driverless cars that crash, or rocket ships to nowhere, without which subsidies he'd be worthless, and telling me how he was a big Trump fan and Republican, I could have said, quote, drop to your knees and beg, and he would have done it." Ashley Vance responding to his own tweet here, "Things change so fast," with a headline from an article, quote, "Trump takes credit for space launch that got its start a decade ago." And some guy with 3 first names here wrote, "Trump is playing some 69 IQ chess right here. I think that means that what Trump's doing is not very smart." Elon responding, "Laughing my ass off." And in response to the clip of Trump calling Elon Musk a, quote, bullshit artist, Elon Musk responding, "I don't hate the man, but it's time for Trump to hang up his hat and sail into the sunset. Democrats should also call off the attack. Don't make it so that Trump's only way to survive is to regain the presidency." Another follow-up from Elon Musk here. A picture's worth 1,000 words, a meme is worth 1,000,000 words, right? So no further comment necessary. Some additional comments from Trump. Quote, "Now Elon should focus on getting himself out of the Twitter mess because he could owe $44 billion for something that's perhaps worthless. Also, lots of competition for electric cars." You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. According to Orange Man Bad, the competition is coming. P.S. Why was Elon allowed to break the $15 million stock purchase barrier on Twitter without any reporting? That is a very serious breach. Have fun, Elon and Jack. Go to it. In totally unrelated matters, I don't know why I'm showing this, but we're currently looking at Google Trends. Search interest worldwide over the last 12 months for Elon Musk in blue and Donald Trump in red. Anyone notice anything? Is it possible that Trump is a little bit envious? To put things in context, over the last 5 years, during which Donald Trump was the president of the United States, almost the entire term, Donald Trump more searched for on Google than Elon Musk. Since the most recent election, however, everything's completely flipped. As I said earlier in this video, I've got to hand it to Trump. The strategy here, inserting himself into the conversation, becoming more relevant from a business point of view when you're building up a new social media company competing directly with Twitter, his comments make a lot more sense. So, as the Elon Musk Twitter saga continues to unfold, the only thing I know for sure is it's likely to be an extremely volatile period of time for both Twitter and Tesla stock. If I'm being honest, I genuinely hope the narrative, generally speaking, in the mainstream media is that it looks like Twitter's going to win this case. I vehemently disagree with that. But if the consensus opinion is that Twitter has a strong case, the overhang on Tesla stock as a result of Elon's acquisition of Twitter is likely to remain, meaning I can continue picking up Tesla stock at a mere fraction of what I believe its future value to be. I'm very curious, so please let me know in the comments below. How do you guys and girls think this plays out? Will Twitter be able to substantiate their claims around bots and therefore force Elon Musk Musk to close the deal? Will Twitter inadvertently reveal themselves to have repeatedly committed securities fraud by lying to the SEC? Or is there another outcome? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And lastly, don't forget to join Patreon with the card in the corner or the link in the pinned comment. You gain access to my Tesla stock price targets out over the next decade in the bear case, the base case, the bull case, and the hyper bull case, plus well over 100 exclusive Q&A videos, dozens of other exclusive videos, and loads of perks. So I'll see you over on Patreon. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoy these videos, there's a bunch of ways you can support the channel, access exclusive content and perks, and get some free stocks and crypto. Check out the links in the pinned comment below. You can also pick up some Tesla, Elon, and investment themed merch in the merch store. If you want to take it to the next level, join thousands of members on Patreon to gain exclusive access to over 100 Q&A videos, loads of exclusive content, exclusive access to my up-to-date 10-year Tesla stock price targets, and even access my Tesla valuation model at the investor support level and above. So check out the links in the pinned comment below, and thanks for your support. And if you're still watching, you're awesome. I read every single comment on this channel and I really appreciate your feedback. So if you've got any thoughts on today's video, questions, comments, or suggestions for a new video, let me know in the comments below. Check the cards on screen now to browse the merch store, join Patreon, or watch the next video.